Hey my friends, how's it going? Well, today is Monday, and traditionally in this part of the world, red beans and rice is cooked and served on Mondays. You can go to any restaurant, a lot of restaurants, and the daily special will usually be red beans and rice. So I feel I'll carry on that tradition in my house and make red beans and rice every Monday. I've been doing it for a while now, and it's turned out pretty good, so I'd like to share my recipe with you. Now this is the way I make it. I just, added different things until I liked it, and other people may make it differently, but this is my recipe. Now there's two ways. You can use canned red beans like this. This Blue Runner brand is what a lot of the people down here use. Or you can use just the hard red beans. I found Blue Runner brand. I sometimes use Camellia. Just depends on whatever I see that looks good. But today I'm using the red beans. And last night I didn't record it, but I put them on to soak overnight. All I did was pour these in a pot, fill it up with water, put a couple bay leaves in there. I heated it up. I didn't bring it to boiling. I just got it kind of warm, put the lid on it, and turned it back off and left it. It was like 3 in the morning, so I forgot I could have done it the night before, but I got up about 3 and started soaking the beans. So this morning I drained the water out of the beans and refilled it with fresh water. Let that soak. Now I brought it to the stove after filling it up with fresh water and turned it on. And so all that's in here now is just the red beans, bay leaves, and water. And it takes, I don't know, maybe 4 hours or so to cook. And it's fine. You could just leave it, bring it up to boil, and then turn it down to about medium and just let it go for a while. We'll add our seasonings. We don't want to cook all the seasonings out of it, so I'll put some in now, but a lot of them I'll add later on when I'm cooking. What I like to add to the beans while they're cooking is I got some minced garlic, and I also have some onion flakes, and these are good to eat by themselves. I poured them out of my hand, they're yummy. So I'll use those, and I'll put a little bit of black pepper in there too. And because beans are kind of heavy, they like to settle at the bottom of the pot, and so then they get a lot of heat and they will burn really easily. So I like to start them off with a lot of water, and I stir often to make sure they're not sticking. And that's one thing I learned the hard way, is you don't want to burn your beans, even if it's the top of the beans looks good. These aren't burnt, but that smell from the burnt beans that are stuck on the bottom just gets all in the beans, and it ruins them. So you just got to be super careful, because you spent all this time making them. You don't want to accidentally burn them. Now after they've been cooking for a while, you can start preparing the rest of what goes into the red beans. I have a bell pepper, an onion, and some celery. I like to put a lot of celery and onion and bell pepper in mine. I just like a whole lot of vegetables in there, so I'm probably going to put about I think about three stalks of celery. No, make it 4. Alright, now I have my Trinity here. I'll set it aside. I have some garlic too, and the sausage. And the sausage I like to use is the Conecuh spicy and hot. And it has really good flavor to it. If you have Conecuh in your part of the world, I suggest you try it or buy it because this is the best sausage. And because it's hot and spicy, it imparts a lot of flavor. I'll go ahead and saute that up and put it in with the beans. I like to add a little olive oil to the pan. Add in the sausage. I'll brown the sausage well before adding it to the beans. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and add the sausage to my beans. I'm not going to add all of this grease. I'm going to pour it out into a container to throw away. There'll still be a little bit of oil left on the sausage, so it'll add what's needed for the recipe, but we don't need to add all of this. All of this oil and fat in here. Looking good. And this is where the microphone decided to stop recording audio. So I'm just telling you about cooking the vegetables. I like to put a little olive oil in there, and what am I saying? I can't even read my lips. I have no idea. But let's see. Oh yeah, I was talking about the garlic. That's it. I was saying that that having some minced garlic is good, and so I'll add about a tablespoon of it, and I'll saute that along with the vegetables. That's gonna be good. That's my favorite part, is cooking the vegetables. They smell so good, and I get to taste them to make sure they're just right. But what I'm gonna do is saute these up in the oil for a little bit, and what I'm saying here is that I don't want to cook them for too long, because I'm going to be putting them in with the beans, and so they're going to cook a while they're in there, and we just don't want them to be too mushy. So that's what I'm explaining now. But I'm about to show you what spices I'm going to put in there. So Italian seasoning is what I like to put a lot of this in there, and it's a mixture of all kinds of different herbs. I'm reading them off to you right now, but I don't remember. It was marjoram, and marjoram's such a, I don't know, I've never bought that before. I don't know what it tastes like. I need to figure that out. I see it in different spice mixtures, but marjoram. But there I go. I add in the Italian seasoning, and then I am adding in some herbs de Providence. It's, an Italian seasoning as well, but it also has a few different herbs that the Italian seasoning doesn't have, so it puts a really good flavor into the whole dish, because all this is going to be mixed with the beans, so all this flavoring is going to go in there. Add some black pepper and also some Tony Chachere's. That's some good tasting seasoning, so I use it in a lot of my cooking. And with that sausage, it already has some seasoning in it, and so that plus this is gonna all give those beans good. So now I'm just going through my cabinet, picking out things that look good. Garlic, pepper, yes, put some in. I got some dried onions there. I'm gonna put some of those in there too. What you like, that's what you put in, and it turns out good. So what's this? Yeah, some red pepper flakes. Gotta add a little bit of those. I don't add a lot, because a little goes a long way with those red peppers. So saute this up. It's probably about done now. It's look at that. Some more of that onion. I love that dried onion. But here we go. Okay. Do 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 do. I have no idea what I said. Okay, so let's fast forward this. Okay, yeah, them beans they're looking pretty good. They got a little bit more to go, but they were sticking to the bottom, and not a lot, but just a few of them were stuck to the bottom. I have to make sure I stir them often, but they still like to stick. So yeah, look at all them vegetables. That's gonna make it good. All those seasonings mixed in. I mean, just that stuff by itself. I could eat a bowl of that with rice. Yes, indeed. So, get that all mixed up. Look at that. Once those vegetables cook down a little bit, it'll be perfect. And you can always, if the beans have too much water in them, you can always just cook them with the lid off. Oh, I'm telling about the rice. I got this Cajun Country 100% Louisiana rice. But yeah, it's 20 minutes before your beans are done. You should start cooking your rice so everything can be good and hot at the same time. And different people cook different rice different ways, and so I'm gonna put it in the pot. I'm gonna use it a 2-to-1 ratio with 2 cups of water and 1 cup of rice. And I don't know exactly what I'm saying, but it's something like that. And so I'm just and I say, yeah, don't open the lid. You close it, and then you leave it closed, because that's what keeps the steam in. And I said it's an exact science. But I mean, really cooking rice is not an exact science, but that's how my mom told me. She said, don't lift up the lid. So that's what I do. So here, let's just fast forward this. And now this is where the sound comes back on. Well, actually, this was recorded with my GoPro, so I had sound on here, and I wanted to get those biscuits popping, so I brought the other camera right up to them, and that's where the sound was not pop. There we go. But I liked popping biscuits. But okay, so, well, I guess I'm signing off for now, because the rest of this video has sound. Ooh, look at that. Now that's some good looking red beans and rice. Pick the bay leaves out, don't eat those. Some rice, and some biscuits. Food is done and it's ready to eat. A big old bowl of it. Give me a better spoon to scoop this up with. I'm gonna enjoy this. That's all there is to it. A Monday tradition, red beans and rice. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a wonderful night and take care. Bye-bye.